Welcome to Quake in the Lake. Quake in the Lake. I botch. It happens. You know me. Here's Quake in the Lake. Was it a good show? Yes, it was. It was very good. Now, was it better than Raw? I can't really say yes or no. Just in case someone asks, hey, you heard Raw was good, right? Yeah, NXT 2.0 wasn't that good, but Raw was good. I'm not going to tell you yes or no. I did see some of it, not all of it. It was good in certain parts that I watched. I'm not going to tell you it was better than this. I'm just going by what I see right now. And this show was good. Now, opening of the show, we have Brody King versus... I would rather see this on a pay-per-view than a Dynamite. A coffin match should mean something important. I'm sorry, that's just me. Maybe I'm a little old school. That might be the reason why when you hear Just Alex and JD say, if you're not into what this is, get the fuck out of here because you're stupid. Which I wouldn't do that. I just feel like certain things should be on a pay-per-view. This should be one of them. It was a good match. In the end, Allen won. And seeing Sting back, seeing that now he may be going after Aleister, well, not Aleister Black, but Malachi Black. I'm a little tired, sorry. I've been busy today. But seeing maybe they will have a feud and maybe it will culminate on a pay-per-view will make me very happy. Because I want to see a Sting work with a younger talent that help them improve themselves to be something interesting. That's what I'm hoping for. But it's going to be up to AEW and Tony. Now, second, a tornado tag of Andrade and Rush versus pretty much the same people who keep getting the mask snatched off them. Either Penta has gotten his mask snapped off or Ray has gotten it. So we get this tornado tag, which was a good tag. But then you see that Penta, who got himself tied up, his mask tied up in the rope because I think it was Rush who did it or Andrade, I can't remember. But they tied him up in the ropes, knowing full well he wouldn't release his mask to save his brother. That's what they thought. But that's what he did. And I'm going like, guys, I don't know what it's like in Mexico and Lucha Libre. Do they do this often? Do a person lose their mask multiple times? Isn't there some type of rule that says if you lose it too many times, you can't wear it anymore? I don't know. I'm not saying that this is a thing. I do know that Rey Mysterio did lose a match in WCW once, and he had to remove his mask. He had to let it go. So, and he still wore it. So, isn't there another rule that says if you keep losing it way too many times, pretty much you can't use it anymore? I think that's a rule. I could be wrong. You tell me below. Because now Penta had to rip his own mask off to save his brother from losing the match. And in the end, he got his ass whooped anyway. They both lost. Again. Fine, though, because seeing that Rush and Andrade together is not a bad thing. I'm not against it. I would like to see something, they do something with it. Now, let's go for a little bit of the promos in the back. The one I liked the most was Miro when he had, I forgot her name because I'm a little fried right now. But seeing that I'm sorry, I'm tired. I had literally been busy in this apartment and it's been hot. I'm tired. So I'm not remembering Lisa Hart or is it Laura Hart? I'm sorry. I'm just tired. But pretty much seeing her in that segment trying to convince Miro, hey, you want something, join us. And he says, no, go back to your masters and say, I will accept their gift, but I'm coming after them. And only one woman can touch the Redeemer, and it's not you. So that was all right. I didn't have a problem with that. I actually enjoyed it. Now, seeing when you look at, seeing the Bucks is still trying to get Hangman Page. And they supposedly fess up saying, you know what? We messed up. And a lot of people say we're nothing but pretty much bastards. And they're probably right. And we wish we hadn't messed up with you. But we want to try and make it up. Join us in the tournament. And he says, and this Hangman Page, no. I'm not doing it because I want to see the Dark Order get this shot. I'm not even going to be in the tournament. The Dark Order has been there when you were not. And I want to be there for them. This is their time. It's not me. The Trios title is their shot, not my shot. And when it was over, they were not happy. Now, does it mean they're faces? No. Does it mean they're heels? I don't know. I don't know where they lie, because right now I think they're still heels, and now that pretty much Adam Page has screwed them over, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, at least until the cleaner comes back, if he comes back, before the pay-per-view happens. Never know. Next, the Gun Club getting an offer from Hathaway, because pretty much after the dumpster match, they lose and Daddy Gunn is not happy. Hathaway comes up, hands him the card, well, try to hand him the card, and says, instead of being with this old Gun, be with a young Gun. Be with me. And he said, get the hell away from my kids. And he's making it very clear they got to redeem themselves. But they're looking at Hathaway. Hathaway is trying to grow his staple. Now the question is it named the Baddies or not? I don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be Hathaway Incorporated? Whatever he calls it. I don't think he's going to call it Diamond Mine. I don't think so. Maybe he might. Maybe Triple H will not have a problem of Hathaway using the old name. Maybe he's actually called up because he had to know what's going on. He had to say, hey, Paul, how you doing, man? Listen, I want to ask you a favor. I know that this has been trademarked, but could I use the Diamond Mine name? Maybe he might have asked. And maybe Papa Triple H might have said, you know what? You are in another company. I don't like to see something like that, but take it. He might do that. You never know. Because Triple H has already called back a lot of people. He's already called back Karrion Kross. He already got Dexter Lumis back. He already got Chelsea Blackheart back. He's got Dakota... Well, Chelsea hasn't been gone anywhere, but she's been looking better. Dakota Kai is back. Io's on TV now. Io Sky. I don't know why they changed it to Sky instead of Io Shirai. I'd rather see her as Io Shirai. But, never know. Now, we get Luchasaurus destroying Henry. I can't remember his first name. He annihilates him. Now, here's the thing. If anybody's happy to see Luchasaurus acting angry and mean, that's a good thing. Because he is way better as a heel at this moment. But the question's going to be, does this mean that this is not a story about Christian or Jungle Boy? This is about Luchasaurus's pretty much a story of Luchasaurus trying to find his own way. He's still loyal to Jungle Boy, and he sees what Christian said. Now he's somewhere in between trying to figure out, do I go here and knowing full well I'm not going to get anywhere, or do I go here and I could get something, or the third option, I screw them both over and I go down my own path. I don't know. Hopefully he goes down his own path and he destroys and screws over both Christian and Jungle Boy. That's what I want. Luchasaurus is money and it's time for him to have his moment. So I'm hoping they are building him into the situation, because him turning back to face, that was stupid. Now, of course, after the match is over and you saw what happened with Christian beforehand, when he was going to help out a Jungle Boy, he nails one of the officials. The question is going to be where they're going to go with that. I don't know. You can tell me below. Now, Solo versus Starks. Starks is my boy. I've always liked Starks. When he was in NWA, I knew there was something about him. I like Starks. And here, I still like Starks. At this moment, he is a face. Is he better as a face than a heel? No, he's better as a heel. Starks is Starks. Ricky Starks is better as a heel. Now, mind you, he feels like a face, but maybe he might be a little more leaning towards as a bad guy, but he basically is showing as a face. Solo loses the match, even though they gave him some help. And basically, once you see that Camarado tried to take out Starks and he nails him, that means he's going to have a match from the factory from Camarado, if I'm pronouncing his name. This is going to lead to him going to Hobbs. If he can take on this monster, who's pretty much almost the same size, he can take on Hobbs. The question is going to be how they're going to build into the story. And are they going to explain why Hobbs turned on him? I hope they do, because I want to hear how Hobbs sounds. I want to see it. Now, the TBS title match of Madison Rayne versus Jade. Let's put this in perspective. Did you actually think Jade was going to job to Madison Rayne? I did. It would have been nice, but doing that, it would make a controversy saying, oh, they're letting someone from outside basically screw over a homegrown person. Look, if you're not going to say it's WWE, you're going to say it's Impact Wrestling. Guys, what do you want? We got people that's on the roster that could be doing something good. Now, is Madison great? She's okay for a 17-year veteran. She can get the job done. And I got to say this. She brought out a good amount of work in Jade. Now, we've known Jade has been working, trying to improve herself. And I've always said she's still green. But I've never said she can't wrestle. I just said she's still green. She needs more work. But she's getting there. This is an example where she had the right person with her that made her look good. And that she could make the work look good. Now, was it telegraphed in certain parts? Yeah, of course. Madison does that sometimes. And Jade does that a good amount on and off, counting on if she's with someone who's more seasoned than her. Because you can see that she still needs a little work. But she brought out a lot more offense and defense in Jade. In the end, Jade wins. And then you see a Athena, who's been in the business almost 20 years, destroy her a little bit. Little bit. That makes me happy, but the question is, are they going to do this at a pay-per-view? That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm begging for. If they try to throw her on a regular Dynamite or Rampage, it will not have the same effect. Because Athena, after everything she went through when she was known as Ember Moon, needs a proper win at a real pay-per-view. If she is winning that on... If they do this on Rampage, it'll really, really make a mess. I'm just saying. Now, the final match of the night. And I know I'm probably missing something. I'm going to leave certain things out because I'm still questioning. Like Orange Cassidy, I don't know what's going to happen with the, what is it called? The Smart Busters. I'm leaving that alone. I don't know about what's going to happen with that. I'm just leaving it. And I know I could talk about Lethal and what happened with Warlow. I don't want to talk about it. I want to see what's going to happen this Rampage and see if they're going to add a little bit more to it. That's the only reason I'm not talking about Lethal, dealing with Warlow. I'm not doing it. I'm leaving it out. But the ending of the show, the match of the interim championship, Moxley versus Lionheart, which the original Lionheart music was used. I am very happy they did that because if this was WWE, it wouldn't have been done. Now, maybe in Impact Wrestling, maybe if he had gone through there and worked through them, maybe he might have had that moment with that. But since he worked in New Japan, he worked in Mexico, he worked in England, he worked everywhere. That was the music he used mainly in New Japan, and that was fine. Was this a good match? We're talking about a 51-year-old, well, near 51-year-old Chris Jericho, because he's the same age as me, several months younger, I believe. He looked quite good. He was able to do some of the work he used to do when he was much younger. So I'm not saying that it was a bad match. It actually was a good match. And seeing that Chris legitimately ripped the earring out of a John Moxley. He had an earring on, he ripped that bitch out, and Moxley during the commercial was bleeding like a damn pig. It was not a joke, it was not fake. He literally ripped that earring out of his ear to make it look good. I'm sure Moxley was not happy about that. Even if he signed off on it, it must have hurt like damn hell. That was not fun. But it added to the match. That match was very good. But due to the fact they have so many damn commercials to pay the bills, seeing that Moxley was in the walls of Jericho for maybe 5 minutes, along with an extra couple of minutes beforehand, that was like, what, 6 or 7 minutes? Because we had commercials. And when they came back, he said he was in there for minutes. I was not fond of that. Due to the fact that this was so important, I wish they had skipped the commercial because it really did hurt it. Seeing that it could have been done full screen and was not. Now, in the end, you did get a Chris Jericho. Well, Chris pulled off 2 of the 4 turnbuckles, the top turnbuckles. He wanted to distract because he really wanted to try and mess everything up. And in the end, he nailed his head into one of the turn posts. Well, not turn posts, but with one of the ring ropes. And I think it busted him open right around here. Also, his nose was broken again because he started bleeding from the nose. So he went balls deep in this match. It was not a joke. Chris put his best effort into it. Both of them were bleeding heavily. And in the end, Chris won. Now, of course, we did get the JAS. We did get the Combat Club. And then we get a returning CM Punk to back up the Combat Club. The Blackpool Combat Club is still short by 1 man because Bryan Danielson is not there because Garcia sent him back home, which he will, I believe this Friday, he will be there and he will talk to the AEW fan base. I was about to say fans, but then I said fan base. I'm tired. Let's hope it's nothing bad. But essentially, seeing CM Punk back was very good. I actually did enjoy seeing CM Punk back. And seeing that he's back and he stares down at Mox, who realized he was behind him and pretty much made sure. And I think I'll put that shot at him. I think I got the shot at him on the floor and he knew CM Punk was standing there. It's in my face. This might be the only image I'm putting in because I want to upload this thing. That's if I put the image in. I might actually just throw this up on right now. But seeing this makes me interested for that match because it's coming eventually. I do believe it will be maybe later in the year. Maybe a Full Gear. I don't think it's going to be an All Out. That's if that's the next pay-per-view. I think it is. I think it might be a Full Gear at the very end of the year. I think that's when they may plan to do it, but this is just my point of view. So this was a good show with a good ending. And I don't know if it's better than WWE. And to be honest, I'm not even trying to rate them. Look, I'm still trying to convince myself to watch Raw, NXT, or SmackDown. I've seen a little bit of Raw, a little bit by myself. I did not see NXT. Maybe I might watch SmackDown before I watch Rampage. I'm not sure yet. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't turn myself off. But this is just me. Peace.